Lately, I've been thinking about the idea of portable art, creativity that travels with us, creativity that fits inside ordinary life. A few years ago, I probably would have assumed creative work required a dedicated studio, large stretches of uninterrupted time, and some kind of fully formed vision. But lately, I've become much more interested in smaller, creative experiments, the kind you can carry with you. An iPad, a few sketches, some fabric samples, little projects I can do at the beach while thinking about home. After moving into our new home on Via Luca, I found myself becoming increasingly interested in atmosphere, how spaces feel emotionally, the quietness of certain rooms, the calmness created by restraint, the effect of texture and repetition and negative space. And slowly I started wondering whether some of the same ideas I explore in my artwork could move into textiles, not as a business, not as a shop on some site, not as a perfect collection, just as a summer experiment, a way of exploring creativity through daily rituals, dinner tables, placemats, handmade napkins, ordinary moments. I quickly discovered that patterns behave very differently on fabric than they do on a screen. Some patterns that looked beautiful digitally felt busy once they became textiles. Others that seemed almost too simple suddenly came alive once folded or layered on a table. I also learned that repeating patterns are surprisingly technical. I used a company called Spoonflower, where you can upload your own designs. Spoonflower automatically repeats your artwork across the fabric, which meant I needed the edges of the designs to align. But I also realized I didn't actually want perfect symmetry. I wanted the patterns to feel human, slightly irregular, softer, less mechanical, somewhere between order and imperfection. And that became the interesting part. I'm also relearning something I haven't done since high school, sewing, which means this process includes a lot of experimentation, different hems, different stitches, different edge treatments. I ordered something called fat quarters from Spoonflower to test some of my fabric ideas. At one point I realized I didn't have enough fabric left for traditional folded hems, but I did have enough for some very casual cocktail napkins. So I started playing with pinked edges and overcast stitching instead, and strangely enough, I ended up liking this very imperfect version. I wouldn't use them for a formal party, but I love using them with close friends. The softer edges feel more aligned with the textiles themselves, more relaxed, more artistic, more free. I'm learning that construction changes the emotional tone of an object. A different edge can completely change how a textile feels. Another thing I didn't expect was that some patterns seemed to decide what they wanted to become. Some worked beautifully as napkins, but not as placemats. Others felt too large or too bold as napkins, but became calm and architectural once they were spread on a table. Scale changes everything. Folding changes everything. Context changes everything. I started realizing that textiles aren't just patterns, they're part of an environment. They affect the emotional atmosphere of a space. I don't know exactly where this fun project is going, maybe nowhere. Maybe it simply remains a beautiful summer experiment. But I think there's something deeply satisfying about allowing creativity to move gently through our lives. Portable art, small projects, failing early, active learning, fun, satisfying trials, art in daily life. And honestly, I think that's enough.